with the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of news is surrounding Indianapolis Colts at this particular time. And in an interview yesterday with Colts starting quarterback, that's right, QB1, Anthony Richardson, he says, I want to bring a Super Bowl to Indianapolis Colts. I think we have the team in place. I wish I could. I hope I can. So, guys, fact or crap, the Indianapolis Colts have a Super Bowl caliber team right now in 2023. Right now in 2023, let's look at the Indianapolis Colts, okay? Right now, the Indianapolis Colts do not have a running back that rushed the ball last season. They released Kenyon Drake a couple days ago. Jonathan Taylor is currently on the PUP list, right? They released Rashad Bateman. So when we look at it, we have Deion Jackson and Evan Hall in the backfield. I don't want to talk down on them because during the preseason, they held their own, right? They didn't wow me. They didn't shock me, but they held their own. They held their own. Maybe they can hold their own long enough until Zach Moss can come back from his broken arm. Maybe Alex Pierce can step up. Maybe Michael Pittman Jr. can kind of be that guy, right? Just a couple years ago, guys, right? A couple years ago, when Matt Ryan came to town, actually it was probably the year before that when Carson Wentz came to town here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Arguably, the Colts had one of the best offensive lines out there. They had the best offensive line. They had a great running game. They had a great receiver core. Their defense was top-notch. They were a quarterback away. Carson Wentz wasn't it. Matt Ryan wasn't it. But now, all of a sudden, getting a little bit older. Injuries are starting to pile up. Yes, they do have one of the highest-paid linemen in the entire NFL in Quentin Nelson. As soon as the announcer said that on the preseason game, boom, back-to-back holding calls and a personal foul by Quentin Nelson. Good job, my man. But when we sit back and we look at it, the Colts do have still a pretty good offensive line. If Jonathan Taylor comes back and plays, they do have a nice 1-2 punch with Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss. I don't see it happening. All indications are pointing that he will be traded, but we'll talk about that later. But Anthony Richardson needs to slow his roll. Richardson's, you need to understand that you are a rookie quarterback. You do not want people to put you up on this pedestal. You do not want me to deem you trash like I do Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson's fans put him up on this pedestal. Lamar Jackson promised a Super Bowl to Baltimore Ravens in the first 5 years of his NFL career. One playoff win. Do not be that guy. Be humble. Understand that the Colts are in a complete rebuild mode. Understand that the Colts are probably going to only have 5 wins this season. You do have a pretty good defense. You have a fairly good offense put together. New head coach, new quarterback, running back room is up in shambles, and Michael Pittman Jr. hasn't done shit for you the couple years. I mean, he's done okay, but he hasn't exploded off the map. Slow it down. Guys, the Colts right now are not even a playoff caliber team.